Ever noticed your Nissan beeping randomly, especially when you're driving through a big, empty parking lot or just cruising on an open road? Yeah, it's not just you, and you're not losing your mind. This is actually a known issue across a bunch of Nissan models, and I'm here to break it down for you. Back in April 2019, Nissan sent out a dealer bulletin called NTB19-031, so not a full-blown recall, not even an official technical service bulletin but a heads-up to dealerships. This affects various models with the ICC or ADAS 2.0 system, think Altima, Rogue, Murano, and more, from around 2016 all the way up through 2019 and beyond, depending on the tech package. So what's the problem? Basically, your car might start beeping non-stop and sometimes even flash a driving aids warning on the dash, especially when there's nothing around you. Here's what's really happening. The beeping is usually triggered by your Nissan's intelligent cruise control or advanced driver assistance system sensors. These sensors are designed to detect obstacles, vehicles, or other anomalies in your path. But sometimes they can get confused and send out false alerts, even when there's nothing there. Environmental factors like reflections from wet pavement, bright sunlight, heavy rain, or fog can trick the sensors. Dirt, dust, or water droplets on the sensors themselves can also cause them to misread the surroundings. And on top of that, software bugs in the control unit can make the system misinterpret signals, leading to unnecessary beeping. So it's a mix of sensitive technology and real-world conditions that can set off those mysterious alerts. But before you head to the dealership, there are a few DIY steps you can try that might save you time and money. First, check if your seatbelts are fully latched. Sometimes a loose seatbelt or a malfunctioning seatbelt sensor can trigger beeping. Next, look at your key fob. A low battery can cause random warning chimes, so try replacing it with a fresh one. If you have any aftermarket electronics like dash cams, remote starters, or phone chargers plugged in, unplug them and see if the beeping stops. These can sometimes interfere with your car's electrical system. Also, inspect the area around your dashboard and sensors for any loose or damaged wiring, and don't forget to check the sensors themselves. Wipe off any dirt, dust, or water droplets from the front bumper sensors with a clean, soft cloth. These simple checks can often solve the problem right away and help you avoid an unnecessary trip to the dealership. If you've tried all those DIY fixes and the beeping still won't quit, it usually means the system's control unit needs a quick software update, which only dealerships can do. So, will Nissan fix the beeping issue for you? And is it covered under warranty? Here's what you need to know. If your Nissan is still under its basic warranty, which typically lasts 3 years or 36,000 miles, the software update and any related repairs should be covered at no cost to you. Just mention the NTB19-031 bulletin when you visit the dealership. If your car is out of warranty, some dealerships may still perform the update as a courtesy, especially if it's a known issue, but others might charge a diagnostic or labor fee, usually ranging from $100 to $200. It's a good idea to call ahead and ask about possible costs before you go in. If the problem turns out to be a faulty sensor or wiring and your warranty has expired, you may be responsible for parts and labor. Always check with your dealer for the latest coverage details and bring any service bulletins or documentation with you to help your case. But what does it actually feel like when this mysterious beeping happens while you're driving? For many drivers, it's more than just a minor annoyance. The sudden, unexpected beep can catch you completely off guard, making you wonder if something's wrong with your car. It can be confusing, especially if you don't see any obvious hazards or warnings. Some drivers feel distracted or anxious, their attention pulled away from the road as they try to figure out what's causing the alert. Others get frustrated, especially when the beeping happens over and over again for no clear reason. All of this can add up to a stressful driving experience, making you second-guess whether it's a real warning or just another false alarm. Now, you might be wondering, can fixing the mysterious beeping actually lead to other problems? In most cases, a proper repair or software update should resolve the beeping without causing new issues. However, there are a few things to watch out for after the fix. Sometimes a software update can reset certain vehicle settings, like your radio presets, clock, or driver assistance preferences, so you may need to reconfigure those. In rare cases, if the repair involves disconnecting the battery or working with the car's electrical system, you might see new warning lights or error messages pop up temporarily. These usually clear after a short drive, but if they persist, return to the dealership. Also, if a sensor was replaced or cleaned, make sure it's properly calibrated. A misaligned sensor can cause new false alerts or even disable some safety features. Finally, always double-check that all your vehicle's driver assistance systems are functioning as expected after the repair. If you notice anything unusual like new beeping, warning lights, or changes in how your car's safety features work, contact your dealer right away. Staying alert after the fix helps ensure your Nissan stays safe and trouble-free. So, how can you actually prevent the mysterious beeping issue from happening in the first place? Here are some practical tips and regular maintenance advice to help keep your Nissan systems running smoothly. First, make it a habit to regularly clean your car's sensors, especially those on the front bumper and windshield. Use a soft, non-abrasive cloth to gently wipe away dirt, dust, and water spots that could interfere with sensor readings. Next, check your key fob battery every few months and replace it as soon as you notice any signs of weakness. Inspect your seatbelts and their buckles to ensure they latch securely and that the sensors are working properly. If you use aftermarket electronics like dash cams or chargers, make sure their wiring is tidy and doesn't interfere with your car's electrical system. It's also a good idea to periodically check your tire pressure and keep it at the recommended level, since some warning systems are linked to tire sensors. Finally, stick to your Nissan's recommended maintenance schedule. Regular checkups at the dealership or with a trusted mechanic can catch small issues before they turn into bigger problems. By staying proactive with these simple steps, you can reduce the chances of random beeping and keep your driving experience stress-free. If your part number matches what's in Table A of that bulletin, the fix is just a simple reflash with Nissan's special tool. If your Nissan's not on the list, or the beeping keeps up even after that, it might be a sensor issue, like dirt or moisture on the radar, or sometimes even just a weird glitch. Remember, if you've tried all the DIY steps and the beeping continues, it's best to get professional help to make sure there's not a more serious problem. But what are real Nissan owners saying online? Let's take a look at some of the top reactions and tips from forums and social media. One frustrated owner wrote, "My Rogue beeps at me every time I pass a street light. My kids think it's hilarious, but I'm losing my mind." Another joked, "At this point I think my Altima just wants attention." Some have found workarounds like, "Wiping the front sensor fixed it for me at least for a week." And others are just looking for answers. Anyone else's Nissan beep for no reason? Please tell me I'm not alone. So you're definitely not the only one dealing with this. Now you might be wondering, how long does it actually take to get this beeping issue fixed? Here's what you can expect. If your Nissan just needs a software update, the process is usually pretty quick. Most dealerships can complete the diagnostic check and software reflash in about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how busy they are. If the fix involves cleaning sensors or checking wiring, that can often be done in under an hour as well. However, if a faulty sensor needs to be replaced, or if there's a more complex wiring issue, repairs might take a few hours, or, in rare cases, require leaving your car at the shop for a day. It's always a good idea to call ahead and ask about estimated wait times, especially if you need a loaner car or have a tight schedule. Most owners find that the majority of these fixes are same-day repairs, so you'll likely be back on the road quickly and beep-free. But it's not just an annoyance. Some cautionary stories from Nissan owners online show how this beeping can actually cause confusion or even unsafe situations. One driver on a forum shared, "I pulled over on the highway because the beeping wouldn't stop. I thought something was seriously wrong, but there was nothing there." Another owner posted, "I started ignoring the beeps and then I almost missed a real warning about low tire pressure." And someone else commented, "The constant false alarms make me feel less safe, not more. I'm always second-guessing if it's something important." These real experiences from forums and social media highlight why it's so important to get the issue checked out. Either way, don't ignore it. Try the DIY steps first, but if the beeping continues, contact your dealership, mention NTB19-031, and get them to check the control unit. Your safety always comes first. And hey, if this helped you out,